In this video we will see how we can solve this problem, prefixes and suffixes, from code forces using the Z algorithm. So if you don't know what is Z algorithm or how to calculate the Z array, then please watch the previous lecture. The link is given in the description. The link of this problem is also given in the description. So before watching this video, read the problem statement. And I am directly jumping in the first test case. Let's try to understand what we have to do in this problem from this test case. So we are given a string ABACABA, and here I have written all the prefixes and suffixes of this string. So this whole string itself is a prefix as well as a suffix of length 7. Similarly, we have a prefix of length 6, a prefix of length 5, and here the suffixes of length 7, length 6, and so on. So in the problem, at first we have to calculate the number of prefixes the number of prefixes which are also present as a suffix in this string. As an example, we can see here that this is a prefix of length 3 and this is also a suffix of length 3. So we have a prefix of length 3 which is also a suffix. So we have to count these type of prefixes which are also a suffix. So from here we can see that this is a prefix of length 1 and this is a prefix this is a suffix of length 1, and both are equal. Again, this is a prefix of length 3 and this is a suffix of length 3, and both are equal. And similarly, this is a prefix of length 7 and this is also a suffix of length 7, and both are equal. So we have the prefixes of length 1, 3 and 7, and these prefixes are also present as suffixes in this array, in this string, so that we have 3 prefixes which are also suffixes. So the first answer is 3. So the number of prefixes which are also present as a suffix is 3, and after calculating this value we have to print the frequency or the number of times the prefix which is also a suffix has occurred in the string. So let's see this example. So this ABA is a prefix of length 3 that is also a suffix, and this ABA has occurred 2 times in the string. So we have to print the length of this prefix which is also a suffix, that is 3, and how many times it has occurred in the string, that is 2 times. So we have to print 3 2. Similarly, this prefix of length 1, that is this A, is also a suffix, and this A has been occurred 4 times in this string. So we have to print the length of the prefix, that is 1, and the number of times it has occurred, so it is 4. And this whole string is a prefix as well as a suffix, and this whole string is present only 1 time. So we have to print 7 and 1, and we have to print these values in increasing length of the prefixes. So we have to first print 1 4, then the length 3 prefix occurred 2 times, and the length 7 prefix, which is also a suffix, occurred only 1 time. So this is the problem. Let's see how we can solve this problem using the Z algorithm or the Z array. So I have already calculated the Z array here. So Z value at index 4 of this string is 3. That means starting from index 4 we have a substring of length 3 which is also a prefix. This is the meaning of the Z array, which we have discussed already in the previous lecture. So let's try to calculate the first value, that means the number of prefixes which are also suffixes in this string. So how we can calculate this 3? So for that I have taken a variable number of prefix suffix. This variable will contain the number of prefixes which are also suffixes. And for calculating this we need this Boolean array. So what will this Boolean array store? So let's see an example here. So we have z value 3 here. That means we are talking about this substring ABA, which is also a prefix of this string. And we can see that this substring is also a suffix of this string. That means the prefix of length 3 is also a suffix. So what we will do is that if the prefix of this prefix of length 3 is also a suffix, then we will go to index 3 in this array and we will say we will set the value true in this index. So is prefix suffix I will be true if the prefix of length I is also a suffix. So let's see more examples. So we have this prefix of length 1, that is this A, and we can see from here that this A is also present as a suffix. So the prefix of length 1 is also a suffix. So we will go to the index 1 and we will say that it is true. Then we can see that the prefix of length 2, that is this AB, is not present as a suffix of this string. So the prefix of length 2 is not a suffix. So we'll go to index 2 and we will set it to false. So we have already seen that we only have the prefixes of length 1, 3 and 7 which are also suffixes. So in this array at index 1, 3 and 7 there will be true values and rest of the values will be false. And so that is prefix suffix I is true, that means the prefix of length I is a suffix. So it is true means the index 3 is true, that means the prefix of length 3 is also a suffix. So if we can calculate this is prefix suffix array, then we can count the number of true values in this array and that will be the answer of our first query. So we can see that here we have 3 true values, that means we have 3 prefixes which are also suffixes. So we can set this value to 3 as there are 3 true values in this array. So how we can calculate this array using the Z. So in this Z array, let's see at index 4. So at index 4 we have the value 3, that means we are talking about this substring. This substring is also present as a prefix, and we can again see that this substring is touching the last index, that means this is also a suffix. So we will traverse in this Z array and we can add these two values, that means the index and the Z value at that index, and we can see that here 4 plus 3 is 7 and that is equal to the string length. That means the prefix of length 3 is also present as a suffix in this string. So what I am trying to say is that we will traverse this Z array and for each index we will add these two values. So at index 0 we can see that 0 plus 7 is 7, that means we are talking about this whole string. So this whole string is ending at the last index, that means it is a suffix, and according to the definition of Z array, as the value is 7, that means this substring is also a prefix. That means this is a suffix as well as a prefix. So if at any index the value of the index and the z value of that index is equal to the length of the whole string, that means the prefix of length zi will be a suffix. So at index 0 the z value is 7 and 7 plus 0 is 7, that is equal to the string length. So we can say that the prefix of length 7 is also a suffix. So we will go to the index 7 in this array and we will set the value true. Then we go to the next index and we can see that the z value here is 0. That means we are talking about some empty substring or empty prefix. So we can just ignore this index and go to the next index, add these two, and this is 3. That means the prefix of length 1 is not present as a suffix till now. So we can go to the index 1 and set false there for now, and then go to the next index and we can ignore this as the z value is 0, and go to the next index. We can see that 4 plus 3 is 7, that is the string length. So starting from here, this is, we can see that this is a suffix because it is touching the end, and according to the definition of z array, this is also a prefix. So the prefix of length 3 is present as a prefix as well as a suffix. So we go to the index 3 and set the value as true. Next we go to this index and we can see that z value is 0, ignore this, go to the next index. Now we can see that 6 plus 1 is 7, that means this prefix of length 1 is present as a suffix. So the prefix of length 1 is present as a prefix as well as a suffix. So we go to the index 1 and we set the value as true. So we just remove this or override the value as true, and rest of the values will be false. So initially we can initialize all the whole array as false, and then we will traverse this z array and we will add the I and zi for each index, and if it is equal to n, then we will go to the zi index, okay, and we will set the value as true, otherwise the value will be remain false. So we can see that here 3 true values are present. That means the answer of our first query is 3. So there are 3 prefixes which are also present as suffixes. Now let's see how we can calculate the next part of the problem, that is the frequency of the prefixes which are also suffixes. So for calculating the frequency, we will create this count array. So what will this count array store? Count array will store, let's see from here. So the count array will store the frequency of the prefixes. So let's say this is a prefix of length 3, this ABA, and we can see that this prefix of length 3 has occurred here again. So this prefix of length 3 has occurred 2 times. So what we will do is that we will go to the index 3 and we will store the value 2 here. That means the prefix of length 3 has occurred 2 times. So again, this is a prefix of length 1 and this A has occurred 4 times in this string. So we will go to index 1 and we will set the value 4 here. So the prefix of length 1 has occurred 4 times in the string. That means the frequency of the prefix of length 1 is 4. So count of I means the frequency of the prefix of length I in the string S. Let's see how the Z array will help us for creating this count array or the frequency array. So we can see that in the Z array we have some non-zero values. So here at index 4 we have 3. That means the prefix of length 3 has occurred here again. So at first we will traverse this Z array, and if this value is 7 present here, that means starting from this index the prefix of length 7 is present. So if 7 is here, we will go to the index 7 and we will increment the value at index 7. Initially all the values will be 0, so we have found a 7. That means we have the prefix of length 7. We have found the prefix of length 7 one time till now. So we will go to index 7 and set here 1. In the next the Z value is 0, we can ignore this. In the next we have found a 1. That means here we have found the prefix of length 1. So we will go to the index 1 and increment the value. So initially the value was 0, so now it will be 1. In the next index the Z value is 0. That means we are talking about some empty prefix, so just ignore this. Then in the next index we found a 3. That means here we have the prefix of length 3 again. So we will go to the index 3 and we will increment the value, so the value will be 1 now. In the next index there is a 0, ignore this, and in the next index there is again a 1. That means the prefix of length 1, as we have found the prefix of length 1 again, so we go to the index 1 and increment the value. So now the value at index 1 will be 2, and the rest of the values are 0 till now. Now see, in this array here is a problem. We can see that the prefix of length 1 is present 4 times, but we have got only value 2. That means we haven't counted the prefix of length 1 sometimes. So we can see we have counted the prefix of length 1 here and here, but it is also present here and here. These two values are not counted in this array. So we can observe from here that at index 4 there is the prefix of length 3. That means starting from index 4 there is also the prefix of length 2, and there is also the prefix of length 1 present. So if we have a Z value 3 here, that means starting from this index we also have the prefixes of smaller lengths. So if the prefix of length 3 is present here, then for in this substring the prefix of length 2 will be present, and the prefix of length also will be present. So as we have a prefix of length 7 here, so inside this prefix of length 7 the prefix of length 6 will also be present. We can see it from here. this is the prefix of length 7, and the prefix of length 6 is overlapped in this prefix, so this 1 should be counted in this index also. Similarly, if there is a prefix of length 6, inside this prefix of length 6 there will be a prefix of length 5. We can see it from here. So this 1 should be counted in this 5 also. And similar for rest of the values. This 1 should be counted in this index also. And inside this 4 length prefix, there will also be the prefixes of smaller length. So this value is 1 because of these 3, because we found these 3 in the Z array. So we have counted this ABA, but we also have this prefix of length 4, and inside this prefix ABAC we have this prefix of length 3 again. So this 1 should be added in this index, so it will be 2, and similar for rest of the values. So this is like the suffix sum. Okay, so it will be the value at this index plus the value present in this index. So 0 plus 2, this will be 2, and 2 plus 2, it will be 4. So what we have to do? So we have to just add the count of I plus 1 in the count of I. That is similar as a suffix sum. So this will be the case. Now let's see the code. Here we are taking the string as input. N is the length of the string, and we have this function calculate Z array. This function will return the Z array for this string S, and we already have discussed this code in the previous lecture. So this is same. So after calculating the Z array, we are creating this is prefix suffix array and initializing all the values as false, and number of prefix suffix, this will contain the number of prefixes which are also suffixes. So we will traverse the Z array, and for each index we will check this condition, if the substring starting at I is touching the end or not. If it is touching the end, that means this is a prefix as well as a suffix. So the number of prefix suffix will be incremented, and that prefix of length Zi will be true. That means the prefix of length Zi is also a suffix. So after that we are creating this frequency array of size n plus 1, because the length of the maximum length of the prefix should be n. So we are taking this array of length n plus 1, so that we will get the indexes from 0 to n, and then we are just traversing the Z array, and we are incrementing the corresponding index as we have seen in the example. And in this case, this is like the suffix sum. If there is a prefix of length 7 present, that means inside that prefix the prefixes of length 6, 5, 4 and all the lesser length prefix are also present. So that effect of 7 should be counted in the prefix of length of lesser lengths, as I told before. So then we are printing this number of prefix suffix and the length and the frequency of the prefix. which is also a suffix. And here we are checking a condition because we don't have to print all the frequency of all the prefixes. We only have to print those prefixes which are also suffixes. So we can check this condition, that if that prefix is also a suffix, then only we are printing the length of that prefix and the number of times that prefix has occurred in the string. The link of this code is given in the description.